All right. First stream. All right. It's weird being like live like this. I've never done this before. Okay. So welcome to Certified Level Up, where you watch me help you level up, which is the most clunky sentence ever in the world. Let's get into it. Oh, 1 second. So all of us have had different experiences trying to get jobs. Some of us have been very successful. Some of us were like well-trained. We went through a master's, a PhD program, got a job, had no problems whatsoever. Some of us have had a much different experience. Some of us just graduated high school or got a baseline degree from a university and went out into the job market and found that we were doing jobs not remotely related to what we studied. Or we had such general education backgrounds that we weren't really suited for specialist positions. And what happens is, for most of us, we find ourselves in generalist roles. I wound up graduating college. I was unable to get a really good. I could not get a good job. Everything paid around like $15 an hour, which in 2003, like, did not cover a lot of rent when you also had to factor in health insurance. And living alone, making $15 an hour in New Jersey, like, just did not result in a great life experience. And when I moved to the Bay Area, it was even harder. And I wound up leaving the Bay Area after like a year of bouncing around from job to job, working retail. And I moved back home for like a year and got retrained to be a EMT. And that was my first introduction to the world of certifications. And in that time, like, certifications have existed before then, but I have seen them just explode, and their ability to demonstrate knowledge gotten so much more articulate and precise and sophisticated. And what I'm trying to do here on this stream is show you just how hard it is to earn a certification. Some certifications are very cut and paste. Some are very much oriented towards what you understand and what you know. Like, some certifications I know would be very easy for some people, and some I know would be harder for that same person. So what I want to do is start a stream whereby I show you how hard it is, or how easy, to earn a certification that will allow you to survive this modern jank economy where none of us can own a home. So I am right now working on my CCNA certification. I already recorded I've recorded every time I've tried to study it, and I'll upload those later. And the CCNA is a Cisco Certified Network Associate. Baseline pays around $70K. Companies like Deloitte are willing to pay around $70K just for the certification, no previous experience. I've tried to study for it in the past, and I would just get derailed. I paid to go take it, and then I failed, and then I got another job, and I didn't care anymore. But the thing is, I've now just gone through my 8th layoff in like 9 years, and I am truly tired of getting laid off the second, like, the economy takes a turn, a new manager comes into the office, someone just decides that I'm not suitable, or a contract ends. And I want to see if I can stop that cycle by gaining professional, specialized knowledge outside of a classroom. My experience, I've never been a great classroom learner. I can do things sometimes. It's just that whenever you put me into a classroom, I generally fall asleep within about 15 to 20 minutes. And if I have to attend a classroom where I fall asleep within about 15 to 20 minutes, it's a really, really hard relationship to maintain. It becomes very strained with the teacher, and I feel bad about that. So, but the world of certifications will allow you to develop yourself professionally without necessarily having to spend a great deal of time in a classroom. It's practical knowledge. And for some of us, surviving and being able to do our jobs well is just simply a matter of having adequate practical knowledge and understanding appropriate application. So, the CCNA is a specialized practical course of study meant to train you to operate within the Cisco universe of devices. And Cisco, for those of you who don't know, I'm sure probably if you're finding this channel, you're well aware. Cisco is the GOAT for network engineering. There's so many devices running around on the world, like basically the topographical map of hardware that maintains the internet as we know it is maintained with a lot of Cisco devices. And Cisco is considered one of the baseline professional certifications that you can earn to become a network engineer. And network engineering is a practical, critical skill that will allow you to make a income to survive, things like recessions. Like if you are a Cisco certified engineer, you will have a job. And I'm going to demonstrate that by showing how hard your CCNA is, and we're going to see if I can actually get a job afterwards. Now I'm going to pull it up. I'm studying with Boson. So I did some research. Usually the best way to do this is by getting like 2 or 3 different resources together. You get your Boson, you get your CBT nuggets, you get like maybe get some flashcards. And between those resources, you will become well-trained enough to be able to go into a third-party classroom, usually you would go into a peer view learning center or testing center and get and become and you would sit down at a desk and they would just have you go and learn. They would have all right, obviously new streamer here. They would have you sit down in front of a computer and be tested on a combination theoretical and practical application knowledge to earn your CCNA certification. And once you do that, you're good. You now have a certification good for 2 or 3 years. Now, but I'm starting with just Boson because I saw that you could learn it all just from Boson. And I tend to like to do one thing at a time, and Boson in and of itself is a pretty in-depth learning tool. So I'm going into Boson. I don't know if I'm going to violate some kind of some sort of copyright if I show you my screen. So I'm not going to show you my screen just yet till I learn a bit more. Okay. Right now I'm doing the video training. Now they have a suite of programs meant to teach you both combination practical and theoretical and book learning knowledge. These things are necessary to allow you to gain the foundation understanding for being able to function in a Cisco environment. If you ever even if you have the extra, it's like $600, $700. You can actually buy a full hardware, like a full hardware learning center off of Amazon. And what that means is you get like a router, and 3-4 switches and a wireless device, and you can just literally link all this stuff together and build a little network right there on the bench. And if you've never had exposure before, that's critical. If you do have some exposure, you might not need that. All right. I'm also kind of a goofball. This is my first stream, and my buddy, I have like one best friend who works a block from my house, and he doesn't know I'm doing this. So if I send him a link to my stream, he's gonna like laugh his ass off at me. So I'm just gonna do that real quick. I got fired from my job like 3.5 weeks ago, and not about almost 3 weeks ago. Almost 3 weeks ago, feels longer. And like some people who I knew from there, like still don't know. So like every so often I'll get like texts being like, "Yo, where you at?" So I'm sending them. I'm just firing back to someone that I know, like, "Hey, I'm not there anymore, dude. You're on your own. I got fired." I have another ex coworker who really wants to learn how to use Squarespace. I'm just getting back to her real quick. Really, I should do these before I start the stream or afterwards. But ADHD. Oh, that's another thing. I'm pretty severely ADHD. So like every blinking light and like bell and whistle literally will just capture me harder than anything else. It's it makes learning it's kind of why I fall asleep. I have mostly inattentive type ADHD. And I can only say that with the advent of social media, it's gotten way worse. All right, let's see if this works. All right. This is my first time doing this. I'm fussing with it. I'm just trying to send that link to my friend. Was trying to test it out, see, make sure it looked the way I think it looks. Looks like it does. Telling my best friend, I dare you to watch my live stream. I make fun of you the entire time. Oh. All right, let's hop into Bosun. I've been on stream now for about, let's see. Let's see, it doesn't actually say how long I've been on the live stream. 20 minutes. Why am I already bored? Now, here's the other thing that I'm going to actually look this up now when I get a chance, because I just don't know what's the most appropriate course of action. There's practical knowledge and then there's book learning, and they give it all to you, but they don't say which way you should learn it. Learn nothing but just do all the reading and then do the practical, or do a mix. I'm going to go towards do a mix because I get bored really fast if I do only one thing. All right, I'm still in network fundamentals. I'm only put in about maybe an hour and a half of actual learning thus far, so kind of early into it. So I got like 8 years in the field now of doing IT, and a lot of this is stuff I already know. And if you have, I think around 3 to 5 years experience, you're going to know a lot of this stuff already. Oh my God, I'm bored. So I've been watching this for 4 minutes and I don't know a damn thing that I just saw. I literally just tuned out. ADHD, thank you very much. Oh, oops, I just closed the window. Here we go. Preventative maintenance. I literally just want to run around the room right now. So before I'm taking notes as I'm typing. It definitely helps to just make sure you don't lose your place in what you're doing. Which with ADHD is all I do. I think all of my life is just managing mental illness. All right. Okay, so this is what we reviewed. So basically, all we did was just simply go over like not just what connects to the device, but how the menu system of the device works. And this is super boring stuff, but if you've never seen Cisco, you're gonna wanna like just dig into it and understand like everything in IT is literally menus. Just menu after menu after menu after menu, and understanding how those menus talk to one another. Like understanding that doing something in one place will have an effect somewhere else, and making sure that you understand like not just what it does, but also its limitations and the potential to have it backfire on you. Let's see. Show. Okay, we just got through our first 10-minute section. Felt like 45. Oh, I swear to God, that 10 minutes was the longest 10 minutes of my life. I feel like I have a giant forehead. All right, let me just look at my phone for a minute because, God damn it, I love distraction. Man, they should call Instagram Instacrack. That was fun. Back to it. Comparing TC. So I just basically went over interface and cable issues, and all that basically was just understanding the accessory components of making a router and switch works, which is understanding how cables connect to it and how they break, which is, one sec. Hey, Josh, what's up? I'm home right now, yeah. Cool. See you in a minute. Bye. All right, y'all. That's my homie coming over for lunch. End of stream.